So the way I'm going to say, this is just a thing I'm going to do because we don't have cut or anything. I'm going to make a long journey back through Viridian Forest. Because a thing that we haven't done in a while is actually make a serious trip through anywhere. And we have a lot more Pokemon that we need to catch in this run. And a lot of the things that I've held off catching for so long are just the early game things. Because if you've been keeping score at home, we have a pretty full Pokédex. But most of the things we've been catching are like the unobtainables. So we haven't done much in terms of catching the things we can get. And yes, I just realized we actually did make that trip before because we went all the way to visit the old man a long time ago. Well, we're not doing the old man glitch here, but we're going to go towards the Pokemon League because we need a Pokemon that appears pretty rarely on this route. And Rattata is not it, but I realized that we don't actually have a Rattata. Of all the Pokemon in the game to not have, we pick Rattata. So, there we go. Level 3 Rattata with a Master Ball. Who knows, this could be Joey's Rattata, the most valuable Pokemon in existence. It could be perfectly justified using that Master Ball. And the other Pokemon we need here is not a fun one to have to find at all in Red version. It's female Nidoran. 5% encounter just like Electabuzz. This one only took like 2 minutes. Electabuzz, I said, took 17. So yeah, we get Nidoran female. We'll evolve that later on. Could do some evolving now, but it just takes so long to evolve everything. Alright, and now, since we don't have walk through walls, well, we could teleport back to Fuchsia, of course, but I think I'm going to take this opportunity to catch pretty much everything in the early games. And the reason I didn't repel through Viridian Forest earlier was because, well, we have to make 2 trips through it, and there's one Pokemon that's very rare in Viridian Forest as well. And no, it is not Pikachu. We already have one of those. It's just as rare as Pikachu, though. 5% encounter Caterpie in Red version. If you're playing Blue, Weedle is just as rare, so Caterpie is a weird Pokemon. You could get it with Dittos, but remember, we still have one more Ditto we have to do and only 3 trainers, so you really don't want a lot of Dittos. Like, a lot of Pokemon you have to use Ditto for, I mean. Okay, now we are back to Route 3, and, well, the way we got to Route 3 before, we actually have to do that again if you remember all the way back to episode 2, and I explained it in the recap, but we're gonna do it again here. I'm gonna save here just in case I mess it up, because I really don't want to have to make that walk back. This isn't a very hard glitch to do either. Just B button, start, and save. You actually can't scroll up and down there because the game thinks you're still in a message because that last frame. So that's a small problem. If you don't have your cursor on save, well, then you've messed up and you've got to take the walk anyway. Okay, so now we're back on Route 3, and I'm not really gonna show this part, but there is one Pokemon that appears on Route 3 that's pretty rare, and we're gonna try to catch after we get by these trainers. Oh wow, I forgot the normal way through this route, so yeah, looks like we gotta take on this last because I'm stupid. Okay, yeah, that was definitely not one of my brighter moments. Let's see if we can find one in this grass patch right here. Oh, perfect. First encounter, Jigglypuff, level 5. And we're going to just throw a Master Ball at this. It's kind of the shape of a Pokeball. If you remember from the Pokemon League exam in the anime, it was Jigglypuff seen from above or something stupid like that. But there's our Jigglypuff. That's all for Route 3. Now we have to go through Mount Moon. And we have repels, but I'm not going to use them. We are biking through Mount Moon. And we find a Geodude. another Pokemon we don't have yet. We have Golem, but not Geodude or Graveler. So, slowly but steadily running out of Master Balls. We're down into the 70s. 129 is more than you'll ever need. You probably don't even use half of them because we don't have that many more Pokemon still to catch. Most are just going to be evolutions. So, we're going to make our way through here, and I'm just going to, I guess, cut to the other two Pokemon in here, because you've all seen Mount Moon about 50,000 times, so you don't need to be reminded what it looks like. I think this is the first time I've ever gone through Mount Moon and not seen a single Clefairy or Paris before the end of the place. I'm just backtracking at the end. Here we have Clefairy, the superior pink blob to Jigglypuff. Just because Clefable's great and that Wigglytuff sprite in this game is terrible. It makes me want to throw up. And finally with Paris, it's really pick your poison. They're really rare in Mount Moon, and they're really rare in the Safari Zone, which, well, at least in the first room of the Safari Zone, we already spent like a long time with Safari Coast Pokemon and not finding Paris there, so we have to catch one here. No big deal, took a little longer than I wanted to, but we got it. Now if we can get out of Mount Moon, there we go. And now, on to Route 4, just continuing our journey through the early routes in the game. Route 4 has one Pokemon that I would like to find, and that Pokemon is Ekans. It's really common, so I just kept talking and kind of hoped it would appear. Yeah, like I said, really common and easy to catch. Of course, everything's easy to catch when you have Master Balls. I think I've made that point about 10 times already. So there's Ekans. And next up, we need to go south some more. I just have this list of, like, every Pokemon in the game and where we need to go to get it, so it's an adventure. That guard is still there. We got rid of him and then he came back. I don't know how that works, really. Yeah, next up is Route 5, and I'm actually going to take the path through the middle and hope to run into something here. Nope. Well, you can... I'll try and get on Route 6 then, I guess. Now we're here in Saffron, and... well, we took down Silphco, so the guards are gone, so we can go in the Fighting Dojo. I don't know if I've been here yet, and I forget which way you have to go. I'm trying to think of which way you have to go to only fight one guy. Nope, it was the other way. No, this works. Okay, we can fight this guy in the dojo, and we're actually going to get our Hitmonchan normally. And this guy has 3 Pokemon, so I'll just cut. Okay, so the interesting thing about the Fighting Dojo leader, I know he has those 2 Pokeballs out there with the Hitmons, but the way this whole lead up and the battle takes place, it's almost like you're taking one of his 2 Pokemon after the battle. So it's like winner take all. So you think if we lost, he would get Mew? Like, if Pokemon made any sense. Alright, so anyway, Fighting Dojo leader goes down. And now we have to get Hitmonchan. Let's see. I think this is Hitmonchan. Nope, that's Hitmonlee. I always pick wrong. Alright. In reality, it doesn't matter which one you get because the other's unobtainable. But it makes more sense to pick up Hitmonchan because Hitmonlee is easier to get using a trainer than Hitmonchan is. Alright, so continuing our trek in this pretty long episode of just going around everywhere. Next up, we're going to Vermilion City and making a pass through Route 6 as we go. I don't remember which trainers I've fought and which ones I haven't here, so... but there's one Pokemon I would like to find here in the grass, and it is not Oddish, so I guess I'll cut to finding it. Okay, finally a Mankey. I was actually starting to wonder if Mankey could actually be found on this route, because I'd never really ever ran into one here because I've never tried. So we get Mankey, and that is yet another Pokemon to add to our collection. Good start, and we're gonna stop for now in Vermilion City because we've got a lot done and this episode's going on, and I can think of a lot more things that I want to do that would make this episode stretch on longer than it needs to be. So, for now, that'll be all, and I will see you guys next time on Pokemon Red Badgeless.